بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. So one of the students said to me that next month I'm going for Umrah. And he said he's taking his mum for Umrah. So he's going Umrah. So I said, no, you can't go for Umrah. If you're going with your mum, you can't go for Umrah. When you go with your mum, he's elderly mum, elderly dad, somebody who's needs your khidmah, I won't give you permission to go for Umrah. Yes? Is that fair or not fair? When you go with people like this who are elder, don't go with the intention of Umrah. Go with the intention of khidmah. So there's Umrah, but go with this intention that I am being blessed with the opportunity to serve my mom, opportunity to serve my dad, my uncle, my granddad, my grandmom, whoever it may be. Yes? The elders and our ulama have said that sometimes when you do the khidmah and you serve them, you provide service to our elders, we receive more barakah, more khair than when we do our own ibadah. So no excuse. The younger boys will say, okay, when I go, I'm going to do khidmah, I'm not going to do... It's not an excuse to become lazy, but it's when... So if you've got parents who are young as well, they don't need your help, then you do your ibadah. Don't waste your time sleeping and doing other things. But if you're going with somebody who's elder, they need your service. Then make sure you dedicate plan your whole journey that I'm going to serve my parents. I'm going to serve my mom, serve my dad, serve my uncle, whoever is my elder brother, whoever needs your help, I'm going to serve them. Yes, for example, don't exhaust yourself doing lots of ibadah. Say, I'm going to make sure that whenever my mom wants to go for tawaf, I'm ready to go for tawaf. Mom, food is ready for my mom. I'll go off my way to make sure I get extra the food that she likes. I'll make sure wherever it is there. If she wants to go for ziyarah, take her for ziyarah. She wants to do this, I'll make sure. So make sure you can do ibadah as well. You can do tilawah, you can do azkar, you can do your own tawaf as well. But when you have this opportunity, then you should do is try to make sure that everything's around this. This is in, for example, for Umrah, I'll mention for Umrah, but even in life as well. Those, our elders, our parents, we get a lot more from serving them than we get in doing our own things. Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu is known as the Mufassir of the Quran. Many of the tafsir that we have, the tafsir al-Manqul, from Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. And the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam made dua for him, Allahumma allimhu al-kitab, Allah grant him the ilm of the kitab. So many of the ulama have mentioned that Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, his proficiency and him being a mufassir of the Quran is a result of the dua of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So yes, you have to work hard. Some people expect that you don't do anything and get a dua and that's it, it's going to work. You have to work hard, you have to exert your effort, you have to put in the thing. But you also have to make sure that the du'as of our parents and our elders and those people, they have a very, very significant role in our, in the results that happen in our life. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what did he say? That you do silatul rahim. You're good to your parents. Birrul walidain. So you do birrul walidain. If you've got mu'min parents, as soon as you do birr of the walidain, you're good to your parents, automatically they make du'a for you. Their hearts become happy. So then the Prophet said that in the very dunya, Allah will give you barakah and khair. You'll have a longer life, you'll have more barakah, etc. So this brings barakah in this very dunya itself. Do you understand? So you should try to do this. There's also a story. I've seen it here and there, but I'm not sure the reference. But it says that the Zamakhshari, he wrote a tafsir, and his tafsir is unique. And those of you who do tafsir know it's unique, meaning before him was a different style of tafsir. When he came out, there's a different style of tafsir. He kind of, in terms of his Arabic approach and his approach to the Quranic Arabic, etc. So it is mentioned regarding him that once he was playing and he got a small little bird. Yeah, and he's messing around, he's messing around. And sometimes kids do silly stuff, they don't understand what they're doing, and he broke the bird's legs. Like just in musty, sometimes they do. Some people do that, they get like a lizard, they just want to torture the lizard, or they get a rat and they want to torture the rat for no reason. Or people do this, we don't have time, we just play games all the time, but when people are outdoors, sometimes they do this. So his mom got angry, and his mom said, may Allah break your legs. May Allah break your legs. So he was a'raj. He actually had later something happened and he became a'raj. But then when his mom was so regretful, so remorseful, that his mom made dua that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, come the exact words of the story, that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you barakah, may the khidmah of the Quran from you. And thereafter Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made Zamakhshari. وفيه شيء, he has his tafarrudah, etc. But nonetheless, he done whether we accept it or not, his tafsir played a significant role in the development of tafsir after him. So these kind of things, so many stories like this. When we do khidmah of our elders, we do khidmah of our parents, then the du'as that we receive, these du'as go a long way. someone who was reading Hazrat Thani Rahmatullah alayhi, he's written many books. Sometimes people know him for one particular thing, but he's written in tafsir. He didn't write in hadith, but his students, Maulana Zafar Ahmad Usmani, they wrote a whole Sunan, a whole work on hadith. He's got this fatawa, many fatawa on, like, how many volumes here? You can see here about 8, 9, 10 volumes of this fatawa. He's written his bayanats, like 30, 40 volumes in small font has been preserved in his bayan, his lectures. Then his day-to-day just sayings on the ground, like sitting now talking. Another 20, 30 volumes of those have been preserved. You've got the tafsir bayan al-Quran, lots of work, seerah, he's written many stuff. His students that he prepared. So he used to say that none of this is my efforts. All of this is the du'as of my teachers, my elders, and I used to go out my way to make sure I get these du'as. So when you have the opportunity to do this, and this is very, very, and there's so many small ways you can do this. Somebody was telling me that, like, you get a job. All you have to do, you can put a bit of, just transform it to your parents' account. Depending on what you want to take one bill, say, I'll pay this bill. If you got a really good job, and you say, look, here, transfer money to your parents' account. Say, wait, my son is saying, you never tell him anything. They become so happy. You take responsibility. I'll do the shopping. A younger boy, you say, well, I'll put the clothes on the line outside. I'll make my bed. So these things, these small things, when you show maturity and the parents, they're from the heart, bottom of the heart. The parents make dua. The elders make dua. These things make a significant effect on your life. You don't realize it. Yes? And I mentioned your story before as well, that one person, he traveled to Umrah. He traveled for Hajj. So there, Haji Imdadullah, Muhajir Makki, so he had done hijrah to Makkah. He's originally from Thana, but from India. But he had done hijrah to Makkah because they were trying to rebel against the colonization of the British. And when that rebellion failed, and there were warrants for them, trying to arrest them, some of them ran away to Makkah. So Haji Imdadullah, he done hijrah to Makkah. Maulana Rahmatullah Kiranwi, they done hijrah to Makkah, and some others stayed there, except different people. So he went to Makkah. So he came and said, Hazrat, our madrasa, Darloon, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this, and we have this. Trying to tell him that what's happening in the madrasa for du'as. So he just said, like, just to teach him a lesson. He said, I'm making dua every night in tahajjud. It's your madrasa. Meaning that the amount of what I have for your madrasa is more than you have. And you say, we've done this, but you don't know how much dua I'm making here for you. So they're trying to explain to him. And I can't remember somebody else, I read this somewhere, somebody said this, because I have more worry for you than you have for yourself. Some of the elders. And that's true, our parents have more worry for us than we have for ourselves. No? We get sick. Say, no, it's all right. Mom, Dad, they're panicking, I know it might be worth, what might it be? It might be this, might be that. You're getting married. A young girl, she's pregnant. She's having a baby. She doesn't think. Mom, grandmom, they're all worried. Making dua, Ya Allah, give us Sahih Salim. Save from difficulty, hardship. They're more worried. You think, they don't even understand the implication of what's going to happen. You're getting married, you don't understand the implications that people who are elder, they make so much dua, they're so worried. So the du'as that we can get, so never ever underestimate these. And one is, our elders say there's different ways. One is dua in lena, one is dua in karana. Yes, so you say, Mama make dua for me, Mom make dua for me, Dad make dua for me. And then one is dua in lena, that automatically you behave in such a way that you melt their hearts, that they just feel like they can't, as they see you, they make dua for you. That automatically that dua comes out from them because of the love, the admiration, the hopes, the pleasure that they have in their hearts. This is real dua. Yeah, so this is what we must strive to do too. Along with, I'm honest, I said, ilm is very important. We have to strive. And some people have this thing that, this is the dua, and don't do anything yourself. That's not going to work. You have to put effort yourself. But along with this, the powerhouse and the real boost. One is you get a car, and you have to push it and push it and push it and push it. But after a while, you jump start, the car doesn't start. You have there about 10, you ever seen it? Car doesn't start, the battery's going to be dead, so there were 4 or 5 people trying to push the car. That's us putting effort in the car. And when the dua comes into place, then what happens? It starts up and it starts going automatically. So at the beginning you have to start, and you have to push, and you have to do this, and you have to jump it and all that. When the duas come into place, then the car starts to move by itself. So the duas behind all of our parents and our elders and all that, we should really, really value this and make utmost effort to make sure we secure these duas. Does everybody understand? So wherever you can. And the worst thing is, then don't do anything which will then deprive you of these duas, or these, or worse yet, that your mom, your dad's supposed to be a means of dua. But instead of that, you annoy them, that they get angry, they get frustrated. If you should know that you go out your way to make sure that these treasures are secured. These treasures are secured, and you value them, make the most of them. When they're gone, they're gone. Then you can't get them back. You can't get anything on that. Yes, man, I told Manana.